Everyone warned me not to get involved. She was the CEO of a huge company, beautiful, smart, and untouchable. And somehow, she noticed me. I was just an ordinary guy, trying to survive the office grind, when suddenly, her eyes met mine across the conference room. Couldn't believe it. But the moment was real, and my heart didn't lie. She started sending little messages at work, subtle notes, almost like she was testing me. I ignored them at first. I told myself, a CEO like her could never care about someone like me. But she was persistent. Every day, a little more attention, a little more care. One evening, after everyone left, she called me into her office. My heart was racing. She confessed that she had feelings for me. But there was a problem. The company was facing a risky investment, and her decisions could ruin everything if emotions got involved. I told her I didn't care about her power or status. All I wanted was to be there for her. And in that moment, she took a huge risk. She canceled a major risky deal because she didn't want to compromise her values or her heart. If you're enjoying this story, hit like and subscribe. You won't believe what happens next. The next day, rumors spread in the office. People questioned her decisions, said she was reckless. But she didn't care. She trusted us, trusted me. We worked late into the night, fixing what could have been a disaster, and somehow we succeeded. Slowly, the office started to see a different side of her. Not just a powerful CEO, but someone who cared, someone brave enough to risk everything for love. If this story is shocking, wait till the ending. Don't skip. Ads help us bring more stories like this. By the end of the week, her company stabilized. And our relationship, stronger than ever. She took the biggest risk of her life and it paid off. Not just for the company, but for us. As we walked out of the office together, I realized something important. True love isn't about status, money, or power. It's about courage. The courage to take a risk when your heart tells you it's right. After that evening in her office, everything changed between us. I started noticing small things, how she would leave a cup of coffee on my desk, or check if I had eaten lunch. It was subtle, but it meant the world to me. Work became more intense. The company was still dealing with the fallout of her risky decision. Rumors were flying. People questioned her leadership, saying she was reckless and letting emotions cloud her judgment. I saw her confidence shake for the first time, but she never showed it in front of me. One night, I stayed late to help her go through some financial reports. The office was empty, the lights dim, and she suddenly said, "I've never trusted anyone like this before." My heart skipped. I told her, "You can trust me completely. I'll always have your back." She smiled a little nervously, and then we laughed at something silly. A moment so normal it felt extraordinary. In that laughter, I realized our connection wasn't just work-related. It was deep, rare, and worth every risk she had taken. If you're enjoying this story, hit like and subscribe. The next part will blow your mind. Then came the biggest test. The board called a meeting to challenge her decision. I watched from the back, nervous, as she defended her choice with passion and clarity. Everyone was shocked. She wasn't just a CEO who took a gamble for love. She was a leader who could face every obstacle and come out stronger. After the meeting, she came up to me quietly, her hand brushing against mine. "Thank you for believing in me," she whispered. That moment, I knew this wasn't just an office romance. This was something that could change both of our lives forever. The days after the board meeting were intense. The office buzzed with gossip, whispers, and sideways glances. Everyone was waiting for her to fail, but she didn't. She worked even harder, late into the night, juggling numbers, calls, and meetings, and somehow, she still made time for me. One evening, she pulled me aside. Her expression was serious, her eyes softer than I had ever seen. "I don't know if I can keep risking everything," she admitted. My heart sank. "Everything?" I asked. She nodded. "My company, my reputation, and us." I held her hand. "You've already risked enough for love. That's what makes it real. No matter what happens, I'm with you." A few hours later, the unexpected happened. The company's risky decision started paying off. A big client approved the project, profits surged, and the board was stunned. They applauded her leadership, calling her vision bold and brilliant. The CEO who risked everything for love had not only survived, she had triumphed. If you can't believe this story yet, stay tuned. The ending will shock you. As the office emptied that night, she looked at me and smiled, tears in her eyes. I almost gave up, but you reminded me why it was worth it. I pulled her close. All the stress, the fear, the risk, it melted away in that single embrace. From that moment, everything changed. She wasn't just my CEO. She was my partner, my equal, my heart. And I realized, true love doesn't wait for perfect circumstances. It creates them, even if it means risking everything. The story ended with her walking me out of the office, hand in hand, showing the world that courage, trust, and love could win against all odds. The next morning, the office felt different. People who doubted her were now looking at her with respect. She didn't just save her company. She had proven that following your heart can go hand in hand with leadership. I watched her move through the office, confident, yet soft whenever she glanced at me. It wasn't just about business anymore. It was about trust, courage, and the love that had grown between us in the chaos. She pulled me aside once more. You know, she said, smiling, taking this risk, it was terrifying. But having you by my side made it worth it. My heart swelled. I realized that love isn't about comfort. It's about taking risks, facing fears, and believing in each other no matter what. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It helps us bring more unbelievable stories. As the day ended, she walked out of the office with me. The skyline glowed behind us, a symbol of new beginnings. And in that moment, I knew one thing. Some love stories are worth risking everything for, and ours had just begun. The lesson was clear. Courage, love, and trust could change not just your heart, but your entire life. The weeks that followed changed everything. The company thrived, and the board's confidence in her grew even stronger. She hadn't just risked everything for love. She had shown that integrity, courage, and heart could create miracles in both business and life. I watched her handle every challenge with the same determination I had seen during those intense nights. But now, there was something different. Joy, peace, and the quiet happiness of knowing that we had each other. One evening, after a long day, she turned to me and said softly, "Thank you for believing in me when nobody else did." I smiled, feeling the weight of all we had been through. "I'll always believe in you. Always." That moment wasn't just about us. It was about taking risks, trusting your heart, and realizing that sometimes love is the most powerful force of all. She had risked her company, but she had gained so much more. Our bond, trust, and a future together. As we walked out together under the city lights, I knew one thing for certain. The courage to follow your heart can change everything. And for us, it had created a love story that no one would ever forget. Months passed, and the company continued to flourish. Her bold decision became a legendary story in the office. People started calling it the CEO who risked everything for love. But for us, it wasn't about fame. It was about trust, courage, and a bond that grew stronger every day. I often look back at that moment in her office, the night she confessed her feelings. It seemed impossible back then, yet here we were, stronger, happier, and closer than ever. Every risk she took, every challenge she faced had led us to this. And the lesson was clear. True love doesn't follow rules. It doesn't wait for the perfect time or circumstances. It asks for courage, patience, and trust. She had risked her company, and in return, she found a love that could withstand anything. This story inspired you. Like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Stories like this remind us that courage and love go hand in hand. As we walked together through the city skyline one evening, hand in hand, I realized that some risks are worth taking, and some love stories are worth everything, even a company.
Thanks for watching.